Okay, how about now? So how about now? Can you hear me? How is my sound now? Turn up the sound. We can't listen to you. Oh my God. Like seriously? How about now? Can you hear me now? Thank you very much. Not back. I can't pronounce the name. Not the back. Turn up the sound. Your voice. Thank you. Oh my God. Ah, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was muted all this while. Wow. I didn't know I was muted all this while. So far, I was trying to share my personal development story. As I said, let me just try to recap for a few minutes because I need to be out of here in the next 5 minutes. I was trying to share my personal development story and how it started in the year 2020, in the year 2013. That's over 10 years now. Over 10 years now. How it started from just a determination as a child growing up, being determined that I want to change my life. I want to have a positive story for my life, for my family. Growing up in an environment, born and brought up in Africa, in Nigeria and Lagos to be precise, in an environment where you have people who live around you, face me and face your apartments, and you see the kind of environment I grew up in. I knew, but I couldn't figure it out. But I knew that I was created for greatness. As a child, I knew that. I don't know how God did it for me. While I was growing up as a child, I knew I am a special being. I knew I'm a special child. I knew I was born for greatness. I knew that. But I couldn't figure it out. But the people I see around me as a role model around me are the people who work 9 to 5. Those who are bankers, those who have their own businesses, those who are teachers around me. So those were the people that I see around me as role model. But there's this particular person that works in a bank in those days. She works in a bank and I so much love her. The way she dressed, the way she positioned herself while going to work in those days. I just love that. But as time goes on, I begin to look into it. I begin to ask questions from her. Like, oh, how much was your salary in those days? I can't remember. She told me, but I can't remember at the moment. So I knew when I went to our institution, I knew that I'm not gonna live my life working at a job. I actually told myself that I just want to work for a period of 5 years, gather money. I want to become a millionaire. I'm telling you, while I was in while I was in university days, that was my dream, to become a millionaire. So when I sat down and I see people around me, people who are working at a job, people who are bankers, so I asked that question. She was like, I said, how can I be a millionaire working at a job as a banker? She said, do you want to steal money from the bank? So I started asking myself questions because I knew what I wanted, but people around me, they don't have it. That alone started giving me the opportunity to, I don't know, I started doing researches, but that research, God just pushed me into this leadership program in Daystar those days. That's Daystar Christian Center in Lagos, Nigeria. I started going to that church and my orientation changed again. I was like, oh, the people that I saw around that environment, that church environment, happened to be, business CEOs, having their own personal business and all that. Okay, my orientation started changing, and in those days, I would just stay in front of a mirror and I start start sharing my story in those days. But I never knew. I was envisioning, I was seeing my future, looking at myself from the mirror and doing presentation. Those I'm talking about, how it started for me. But I don't want to, I'm trying to share my story so that I can inspire someone. I bet you can achieve whatever thing God has deposited in your mind if you believe. Then you need to work on yourself. You need to know what you want. Your own personal conviction will actually give you a fortune, not the people that you see around you. Because the people you see around you, people have different garbages that they are carrying all around. So a lot of people don't know what they are doing. A lot of people don't know where they're going. Everyone have their own. If you don't know where you're going, you just start following the crowd. When people get to their different destination, they start going. So when you don't know where you're going, that means you're going to fall on someone's destination. So that's the reason why, as an individual, we need to know what we want. That is the beginning. You need to identify yourself. Who am I? Who am I? Why am I here on earth? What is my mission? So those things can never be answered where you work at a job. I'm not saying you shouldn't work at a job. Don't quote me wrong. Whatever you're doing, you have a job presently, give yourself time. If it's paying your bills, just give yourself time and start working on yourself. So I've been talking for that my time was actually muted. So I want to tell you that you need to work on yourself. You need to work on your mind. Whatever thing that you have been told about life, I tell you, is a lie. Whatever thing that you've been told about life is a lie. The only thing that I know that I've been told and I add on to is God, is Jesus Christ, believing in God, holding the word of. So it's not their fault. People who brought you up, where you grew up from, it's not their fault. They don't also know. So someone is going to discover themselves. That's how life is. Someone is going to break that chain. Someone is going to unveil the things that others can't see. And let that person be you. You need to identify who you are. You need to work on yourself. You need to work on your mind. Whatever thing you've learned, try to unlearn it. Work on yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe who you are. Because if you don't work on your mind, whatever thing God reveals to you, you won't be able to take action. Go out. If you go out, don't touch the TV. When the TV head and they want to know if it's hot or or if they meet you outside playing balls. Growing up in those days, and we grew up with that mindset, believing that I don't want to. No. You have to stand up. You have to stand up and show the world who you are and what you are made of. So I want to tell you on this video, I've spent over 20 minutes. I'm about to leave right now. So join me again tomorrow to share my personal development journey story. I want to tell you, a lot of people share their success story. I want to also tell you the mistake I made. There were some mistakes you make on your journey. Some people don't share their mistakes. They only talk on the success. There's no success without mistakes. I tell you, there's so success you see today. There were a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. So you also need to share your mistakes so that other people coming behind you can see and hear your mistakes so that they can avoid that. You don't only share your success story, you also share your mistakes so that other people can avoid it. So thank you very much for joining my live today. Tomorrow, I'll see you also here. Have a lovely day. Mind you, I'm going to leave with this. Work on yourself. Work on your mind. And God bless you. Bye. Have a lovely day. Bye. How do I end live? How do I close the live? Try this. Yeah. Need to try this. Pin message. Okay. Are you sure? Okay. All right. Bye. See you tomorrow. Got it.